Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Avatar draft here on the channel. We're going to be going pick by pick and play by play, talking through everything so you know what to do when you draft this format yourself. And one thing you're going to hope to do is open really strong rares like Ran and Shaw. This card is fantastic. If you play this and have 3 or more lessons in your graveyard, you are very hard to stop because you get 2 4/4s and then they buff themselves so they can just like win the game on the next swing pretty much. So this is going to be a fantastic pick. If this wasn't in the pack, I do like Professor Zay a decent amount. I like the commons are kind of lackluster. I think I'd take Rocky Rebuke out of the commons probably. Haru has been a bit of a letdown. This is a 1/1 being too small at the beginning, but sometimes you can get him to work. I don't love starting with a Gather the White Lotus. I like to see that like white is already open before I go for this sort of thing. Azula can be good as well. But I'm going to slam Ran and Shaw, then take lessons extremely highly because there are only a few lessons that you're really super thrilled playing, and then try to play blue-red lessons with this card. I think that's the best home for it. There is also like red-green can sometimes get enough lessons, so we'll keep an eye out for that as well. But like red-white and black-red don't necessarily have as many lessons. Oh my goodness, there's 2 mythic rares and a rare in this pack. Huh. And there's Fire Nation Cadets to go with lessons. I mean, Octopus Form is the perfect type of card for this deck because it's just a lesson that you're fine playing a copy of. Secret of Bloodbending, not really the lessons we're looking for because Quadruple Blue is kind of hard to get, and it's hard to get up to the mana to just actually control your opponent during their turn. Fated Firepower is a card that I got to try out once, and I thought it was mediocre. But I'd be down to try it again. Firebender Ascension is just a good card. It can do some really strong things in like black-red where you have a ton of firebenders. There's some decent triggered abilities on attacking that you might not even think about. So it's a tough pick. I think I'm going to take Fated Firepower and try to build around this as well. But I could see Firebender Ascension being a better card. You know what? I'm actually going to just take the Firebender Ascension. It's more consistent. And I think if I was trying to build like a red-white deck, I'd be happier getting the Fated Firepower because I'm trying to go wide, but I'm really trying to play either blue-red or red-green because of the number of lessons. And so that's kind of my logic there. Here, though, Airbending Lesson's the best card, but I'm just going to take Fire Nation Attacks. It plays well with Firebender Ascension, and I'm just trying to get deeper into red while I figure out my second color. Seismic Sense is also good because it can help you dig for Ran and Shaw, and also works with Ran and Shaw once you get it into play. So you know what? Actually, I'm going to just take Seismic Sense. I think that's a really good pickup for this Ran and Shaw deck. Helps me find Ran and Shaw more frequently. Yeah, I think I'm on board with this. Now there is Uncle Iroh. Makes my lessons cost 1 less. There is Rebellious Captives as a red-green good 2-drop. There is Boomy Bash. It's just a fine kill spell for red. And there's Sokka's Haiku if I wanted to go blue-red. Interesting. I'm really tempted to just take Uncle Iroh. I think it's going to be pretty good in my red-green lesson deck. So I'm going to do that. Kind of does everything I want to do in my red-green lesson deck. And then I'll take a red-green land. It's not looking the most open, but we're going to get carried by Ran and Shaw and hope for a big pack too. That's kind of my current strategy. There's nothing crazy. I mean, Glider Kids is good. White is looking somewhat open here. Red and white, red-white with Ran and Shaw is also a fine place to be. Okay, there's a Meteor Sword. Not my least favorite card in the world. Treetop Freedom Fighters would have gone well with the other rare. Wandering Musicians plays with Firebender Ascension. There's Barrels of Blasting Jelly if I want to try to get ambitious and splash blue, which I might want to do in my lessons deck, so we'll take the barrels. Zhao, not my favorite. Really don't like this card though, so we'll just take it. Over Geyser Leaper, the Swamp Vinebender. It's just a 2-mana 2/2 menace at the end of the day. Beautiful. I'm glad we took the speculative blue fixing because Accumulate Wisdom is going to be great if I can get this lessons deck together. And it's looking like haven't been able to really find a lot of lessons to go with the Ran and Shaw. So there are some green cards there. Rocky Rebuke Wield. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take that. Don't mind if I do. I also think Badgermole's fine. Professor Zay is fine, but Rocky Rebuke's going to give me some good removal, and the fact that it wheeled is a good sign. This is, we're going to take the Airship Engine Room. Hopefully we can get something like Earthbending Lesson later, similarly with the Fire Nation Cadets, but I'm going to try to play the 3 colors, especially to get the Accumulate Wisdom in here. So getting a land is very essential for that, even though Fire Nation Cadets kind of fits my strategy. Beautiful, I wield the Earthbending Lesson. I don't love Earthbending Lesson, but if you're trying to go for that strategy, it can really get the job done. And I'm low on creatures right now, and it's a lesson, so we'll take it. Rebellious Captives wield. There is also Sokka's Haiku. Maybe we just take that for an extra lesson. Yeah, we'll take the Rebellious Captives. I haven't been that impressed by Sokka's Haiku. Killer Launch came back. Perfect. So this red-green deck really came together towards the end there. Okay, so think red-green. I might take Agnequella anyway, as just a way to get an extra good card in the deck. It'll Quench is pretty solid. And then just play like straight 3 color, see how that works out. Quench is a pretty good lesson. Agnequella is also pretty good. This card's pretty good with the Sokka's Haiku. Maybe I should have thought about that. Rocky Rebuke wheeled last time. Let's take It'll Quench ya. I just want more lessons in the deck. Now there's Lost Days. There's also Hermetic Herbalist. I'm going to take Lost Days. Another lesson's important. I currently have 4 lessons. I want as many as I can to make the Ran and Shaw work. It goes well with Uncle Iroh. So, yep. Okay, Zuko Exiled Prince is pretty strong. Plays well with some of my cards that'll be instant speed. Don't really need this guy. I haven't been that impressed by the Unlucky Cabbage Merchant. It's just so expensive to use it. Rocky Rebuke's fine. We already have one. Let's just take the Zuko. Now there's Rocka Land, but I'm playing 3 colors, and a lot of my lands are non-basics anyway, so that's not that helpful. Could take Platypus Bear. I have a good number of lessons, and it's a flexible 2-drop I can play early to help me defend myself. There's also Origin of Metal Bending. Yeah, I'd rather get the Platypus Bear. I think get a 2-drop that I can cast pretty consistently. Now there's a Water Bending Lesson. That'll be useful here. It is looking like I'm just playing a straight 3-color deck right now. But I don't really mind that. Red hasn't seemed that open, honestly, but I have some really... Like, I don't need to play the Zhao. I don't really need to play the Ascension. I can just be like... I mean, I seem to end up in blue-green all the time, which is kind of unfortunate because I don't really want to end up there. I could take Fire Nation Cadets. That's another angle here. Oh, man. I'm just going to take the lesson. Sokka's Haiku. There's Ty Lee, which is very strong, especially with Firebender Ascension. Don't really need the Haiku. Abandoned Attachments is pretty good also. I'm going to take Ty Lee. I like Ty Lee a lot. Otter Penguin. Brainwashing. Take Cycle of Renewal. Fix my mana even more. Second copy of that's maybe not necessary, but we'll take it anyway. Hopefully we can get this deck to work out. Boom, there's a Sokka's Haiku. Nice little late game card. There's Boomy Bash as well. Pillar Launch, but get the Haiku in there. Raucous Audience for some ramp. Rumble Arena would be fine, I think. Yu-Yan Archers is fine usually, but I like the ramp. Porcupine now. I hate this card. We're not going to play it. Pillar Launch or Geyser. Let's take the Geyser. Because we already have a Pillar Launch. And we got last pick Sokka's Haiku, so... Well, at this point, we're already playing the other 4 colors, so might as well play the Aang. Kind of the perfect setup for Aang, honestly. If I was going to pick a custom setup for Aang, this might be it. What else would I even want here? Like, it'll quench you. But this is honestly such a good Aang setup. Waterbend, Earthbend, Firebend, or Airbend. Draw a card. We don't really have any airbending, so it's going to be hard to get that to flip, but just a good card. And if you can cast it, now we get another Accumulate Wisdom. Or we could take a second Lost Days. I don't think we want another Lost Days. We already have the 2 Sokka's Haikus, which are already a bit ambitious. And Accumulate Wisdom is just going to be really good. We have all the lessons. We have 7, 10 lessons, so this is a very cool deck. I would love Lost Days, though. And now we're going to take Boomy. I think it's a really good top-end card with all the lessons we have, especially because we have some ramp. I do think Fortune Teller is also fantastic. That is definitely a great card. But Boomy's such a formidable top-end threat. Bitter Work, not for our deck. We'll take Bender's Water Skin. Give ourselves another source of all 5 colors. We have a lot of pretty powerful 5-drops to ramp into. Now I'll take Abandon Attachments over North Pole Patrol, I think. And North Pole Patrol is pretty good. There's also the land, but I don't really want the land that much. Abandon Attachments or North Pole Patrol. Let's take North Pole. Seems pretty nice. Extra little bit of interaction. Okay, we'll take a Sokka. We're already splashing white. And we have a good number of non-creatures. Yeah, this is going to be a sweet deck. I would have loved the red-green land, of course. Now we get a Shared Roots. Nice little bit of ramp. We already have Cycle. We already have Barrels. Shared Roots fits right in. Another Shared Roots, or do I take Captives? I already have 1 Captive, so I'm just going to play two Shared Roots over Zay as well. We'll take a Meteor Sword. That's going to be good in the late game for our deck. We have a lot of ramp. We wield Lost Days. Oh, this deck is perfect. I wouldn't mind a Badgermole, but sure, the Giant Koi. I could see that being good. Platypus Bear for some more early defense. Or Sabertooth Moose Lion. I haven't really been impressed by the Moose Lion. And I don't really want to play the Zhao or the... Ooh, Rumble Arena is useful. Foggy Swamp Hunters. Okay, so how are we going to make this deck? I kind of want to cut the aggressive elements, I think. Like, Zhao's definitely not making the cut. Firebender Ascension, when we attack, we get a triggered ability. So Ty Lee triggers it. Aang triggers it. Zuko triggers it. Porcupine doesn't trigger it. We're going to cut Pillar Launch. We're not a combat trick deck. Gonna cut Firebender Ascension. We want 2 mountains exactly so we can search them both up for Ran and Shaw, but we don't need a ton of the other red cards. Play a few. We don't need Earthbending lesson. We got way better lessons here. I don't know if we need Platypus Bear either, because we kind of have all these blue-green ones. I think we only want 1 plains. We definitely want extra forests to cast our fixing. I don't think if we need Ty Lee. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3-drops to play anyway. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-drops. I might want a 6th 2-drop back in there. I'll play 1 Platypus Bear maybe. 6, 8, 14, 15, 16, 17. I only want 1 cycle of renewal. I have mostly blue and green cards. So this is 6, 7, 8 green cards, 5, 6, 7 blue. So this is 6, 8, 15, 16, 17, 18 lands. I'm I'm going to cut the Bender's Water Skin to play Cycle of Renewal. I think it's going to be better for my particular deck. Cut Platypus Bear. Cut one Sokka's Haiku. Cut the Zuko. Cut Giant Koi. And let's see what my last cut should be. I have 4 sources of ramp here. So 7, 8, kind of 9 green sources, 10 green sources, 5, 6, 7, 8 blue, 1. Casting Ran and Shaw might be problematic here. 6, 7, 8, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, let's run it like this. I'm excited to see how this deck plays out. We can always make changes later. But for now, looks pretty sweet. And I will see you in the games. I guess I'm just going to dive into the games now. Might as well. And as we get started for the games, I want to shout out the NicolaiBolas Patreon at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. If you're enjoying my videos and you'd like to support my work to make draft accessible for people around the world, then Patreon's the place to go. And you can access to bonus content like my card-by-card tier list and format thoughts document. Special shout out to those who support at the credits level. It makes a tremendous difference. Okay, let's dive on into our game. We have all our colors. We have a great opener. I like it. We are going to have to worry about flooding out, so we might actually want to cut lands or only play one Cycle of Renewal. I will start with the Raucous Audience. The Herbalist, sure. I'm going to try to save this to be a draw 3. So I'm going to get Mountain and Plains. Play my island again. And now my Raucous Audience taps for 2. I don't really mind making a clue token. Yeah, I'll draw a card here. And save Quenchia for something else. That's going to be a good one. I suspect my opponent knows I have Quenchia. Okay. Okay, they do not know that I have Quenchia. If I get one more lesson to get this to go, be a draw 3, I'll be in great shape. Well, we'll start with that, why not? And then this will tap for 2. So if we hit our land drop, we'll have 5 mana. No, it's not quite enough anyway. Okay. What? They just concede? Oh my gosh. Well, that was a heck of a win. Heck of a win for the old champions there. That was great. Nice little victory. We have so many mana sources in our deck. I'm a little bit concerned about it. I kind of wish I'd taken the abandoned attachments. Just so I could have ways to get rid of those extra lands. I've thought up a system to help me play slower and more effectively, because I often play quickly. And that is to pretend to write down what play I'm going to make before I make it. At least when I'm playing online, and that way I can think about it. Or, yeah, it's just kind of a thought I had. Ooh. Avatar Egg. Mulliganing is really bad in Limited, so we're going to keep this. We have like 6 draws to look for a 3-mana way to dig for... ooh, that's a great draw. To dig for a Cycle of Renewal, and that could let us play Aang. I'm looking for Cycle of Renewal. So far from Ran and Shaw. That's bad. That's unfortunate. I should have played the Plains, because that way if I drew a mountain, I could play the Aang. That was a mistake. Max punished, too. Yeah, I thought about that too late. I totally forgot to write down my plays before making them. I'm glad they did that play last turn, though, because that's going to leave me a whole lot more likelihood of countering something with my Sokka's Haiku. We're going to counter it. Sure. Let's get Aang down. If they don't kill it, we get it in really good shape. Okay, Aang had an epic downfall, sadly. Oh no, and I guess I'll take a North Pole, but no, I don't really want the North Pole Patrol either. Not particularly helpful for me. If they have another kill spell, I just lose. Yep, okay. Well done, opponent. Okay, that was my B. I botched that one. The Sokka's Haiku was never going to do anything, though, against Airbending Lesson. If I had played my Plains, though, I could have played my Aang a turn before, and then they would have killed it, and then the whole game would have been different, because I would have been making better uses of my mana. I don't know why I play so quickly. I think it's just like I get into autopilot mode, and I don't know how that... I used to play much slower. I think I was going to lose that game anyway. I flooded out pretty badly, which is the weakness of my deck. I have like 20 lands. 21. Okay, we'll keep this. guess I'll take the Lost Days. It's not great. Jeez Louise, where are all of my cheap cards? Oh, this is such a nightmare. I'm so toasted. Oh my gosh, the worst possible scenario. I drew this card a turn late, and I can't win the game now. I'm going to get rid of a Lost Days. Now this is on nominally. Yeah, I'm just super dead. I kept a hand that had an Accumulate Wisdom to dig me into a 3-drop. I didn't affect the board state, and it is over. Okay, next game. Let's make some changes here. We're 1 and 2, but I think this deck has potential. We have all the cards we need to have a great deck. So what are we going to do? We're going to add in Geyser Leaper to give myself some looting in the late game. We're going to add in a Platypus Bear. We're going to cut water. No, we need to keep our card draw in. Cut Sokka's Haiku, because double blue is just finicky regardless. We're kind of putting Platypus Bear in that role. And then we will cut 1 Shared Roots. Both Shared Roots for another Platypus Bear. So we lowered our lesson count a little bit, but the mill should help us fill our lesson count roll, and this way we'll be affecting the board on turn 2. Though I think we have just kind of gotten unlucky that we haven't drawn a single like proactive thing to do on turn 2. Yeah, this seems a little bit better. We've drawn a lot of the cards we sided in. My mana is definitely a bit less consistent as a result of all this change. I'd probably rather have a Shared Roots than a Raucous Audience at this point. Okay, that's a good draw too for the future. Let's see what we mill. Lost Days, Sokka, sure. Mono white. Okay, they don't attack. Don't need that. I have 1 lesson in the graveyard. I'm gonna play Geyser Leaper. Not going to attack. Yep, I thought they might have Heroic Reinforcements. I thought they might attack me and then use Heroic Reinforcements. Green-white, interesting. Lost Days is really good against this card. Okay. We're going to Lost Days that 100%. Okay. This can tap for 2 mana, so we can play Rebellious Captives. Do they have a way to give it hexproof? Yeah, they do. They've been holding up Enter the Avatar state, haven't they? Oh my gosh. Oh, they don't. Oh my gosh, we're still alive. Now we're just actively, like, super far ahead. I don't want to take 2 extra damage, so I won't loot. Gonna make a massive creature and Earthbend 3, because I already have this way to loot away lands. And start trying to pressure them. They chump with both. What does that say about what's in their hand? They also kept Avatar Enthusiast near the top of Destined Confrontation. I'll keep this guy, and I will keep total power 4 less, and I'll keep this guy. Wow, the first time Destined Confrontation's done anything that I've seen. Okay, we don't want that. Do that. Seems like a good play. Maximum pressure. We keep our Meteor Sword for if they play a big threat this turn, or we can kill their thing next turn. Nice, so we can kill a Glider Kids. And I can loot away my Cycle of Renewal, which is good. If they make 5/1/1s here, I'm in kind of bad shape. Unlucky Cabbage Merchant is so bad. I have not liked that card. It's not terrible, obviously, because it's a 2/2 that makes a food, but relying on it to do anything to help you is kind of tough. Okay, so I still kill both guys. It's easy to mess up into the Avatar state, I think. And then I can loot away this land because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 permanents. Perfect. That should be real good for me. Less good. And then I will tap their guy down with my water bending. Yup, I don't mind doing that. Boom. Nice. We're still in it with a fighting chance. I think the platypus bears helped being extra defensive. It's funny, I think I would rather have, I wonder if I would rather have Cycle of Renewal or the 2-mana Land Searcher card. More 2-drops is nice. Okay. This hand is horrific. I'm gonna mulligan. This hand is much better, even though it doesn't look necessarily great. On the play, we'll keep this, and we will get rid of Boomy. Now it's gonna come down to what matchup this is. If they have like 1-mana deal 2 for my 2/1, this is gonna feel real bad. This could be good for me, especially if I draw a land. Momo. Momo's getting me good. Ordering of that maybe was suboptimal. Discard to the top. Get Mountain Plains. And we're jamming Avatar Aang here. Could you imagine if we'd drawn a forest there to go Avatar Aang, so Rebellious Captives? We'd be in good shape. Yep, no blocks. No way I can block. Draw an extra card. Looks like they're holding up Razor Rings. They did nothing on their turn. Okay, they played Zhong's Deserters, which they probably just drew, or they would have played it last turn alongside their Razor Rings. Okay, so we can play this, and we can go for Rocky Rebuke and Lost Days. They do have Razor Rings. And that. I wonder if I did that right. Kyoshi Warriors, yep. I think playing around the Razor Rings that one turn was essential. Don't need that. I will tap this for green. I hate everything. Thanks, game. I knew I should have paid more attention to that. I don't want Little Quenchy at this point. Should have just tapped differently, but my gosh, it's so frustrating when that happens. Like, I definitely want to use it on this thing. Wrecked by auto tapper, as they say. That's great. Here comes Rand and Shaw. Here comes another 2-drop. Boom, we're back in the mix. We are so back. Okay. Cycle of Renewal or 2-mana ramp. The Raucous Audience has been pretty good. I feel like my 3-drop options are worse, though. Like, I don't have any good 3-drops to replace with. And I don't want too much ramp. And also the Cycle of Renewal gives me the flexibility to get both my mountains to play Ran and Shaw, or get Mountain Plains to play Aang, or Mountain Plains to play Sokka. Man, we got to 3 wins, I think. Or maybe that's just 2 wins. We'll have to find out after. And meanwhile, I have failed completely on my mission to, like, write down all my plays before I make them. Because I'm just too in the zone, I guess. But some of the games have been less in the zone. Okay. This is a glorious hand. Yep. We'll do this. We'll get the Blasting Jelly down on turn 3. We have everything except airbending in this deck, which is a little ironic. Oh, nice. Play Mountain. We'll sack Mountain and get Plains, Plains Island, maybe? Because we already have second Mountain. So we definitely want to get Plains. And I think we want to get Island. So we don't have any double green cards, except Ira, which we can cast already. I would love to make this trade. Maybe that's not even correct as a decision, though, because getting Aang down, then I can use my Rebellious Captives the next turn. It doesn't give me as much to use my mana on. Okay, red-green. They can't really kill Aang here, I don't think. Yeah, I'm not blocking. So I don't have my 3 lessons yet. I'm just going to use this because it'll draw me a card with Aang. Target my Plains, I guess. They lightning strike him. Oh, it's cool that they changed which art version they were using. Oh, I guess I could have attacked with Aang and then used the mana to Earthbend. I always forget that I could just use the mana for stuff. Okay. Turtle Duck, sure. Play this. We'll play Platypus Bear. If we mill a lesson next turn, we can play Rand and Shaw. No such luck. We can double block the Captives now, or the Turtle Duck. Attack with everything. We're going to use this mana to use Barrels of Blasting Jelly. Then we play Forest, Iroh, and then hold up Quenchia because we can cast it for 1 mana. Boom! Let's go! We've got the secret sauce, the formula for greatness, at the touch of our fingertips. My goodness, what a sweet win! Yes, yes, we've gotten to 4 wins. Oh, we're doing it. We were 1 and 2. We made some changes. We've been playing a little better, getting a little bit luckier with our draws, I think, as well. But sniffing out that Razor Rings was super clutch that one game. Okay. Can we keep this? If we draw an island, we have a lot of blue sources. I'm going to keep this. If we draw one of our like 10 blue sources, I think we're in good shape. Seismic Shift could also help us. We can get Iroh down. We're close to getting Aang down. If we get a blue source and a white source, they're not that close to Aang, I guess. Beautiful. They don't have the deal too. That's huge. May, sure. We can cast Accumulate Wisdom if we need to. We can Quench, which we'd much prefer doing. Just 1 mana. Uncle Iroh. They definitely suspect Quench. Yeah, we're just casting Quench on anything at that point. Remember, this thing has Firebending. We'll discard this. Then we'll cast this. We'll end the turn. We'll hold up Rocky Rebuke, potentially. Maybe we want that, but we'll probably cycle of Renewal here. And then go Aang, attack with Iroh, draw an extra card. Sure. My graveyard now has 3 lessons in it. And I have Lost Days up. Yeah, I'm going to just use Lost Days probably. Iroh's been insane this game. Sure, they can hit me for 1. So is Rocka's Audience tapping for 2 every turn. Hopefully this doesn't wreck me somehow. Draw a card. Get a 2/3 into play. Like, if they do something crazy with Firebending Student and I somehow lose this game, I'm going to be stunned. Like, if they go, like, Cunning Maneuver, then Twin Blades. Okay. If they attack with both, my Platypus, I have 8 power to kill them on the crackback. Okay, perfect. We'll do this first. Draw 3. We don't have double red yet. Okay, 1 red source down. We have another red source in the deck. Next turn, we'll just play Meteor Sword. Or we can just Lost Days the May. Hit them for lethal. Professor Zay, sure. Sure. So if I Lost Days May, attack with everything, they go block, block, take 6. So they have to go, they could jump here and take 6. Then if they had +3/+1, that would go up to 5. Plus Twin Blades would be +3/+1, +4 power, +2 prowess triggers. Is 4, 5, 6, 7. Mongoose Lizard, sure. So I guess I could have killed him this turn if I had played that more aggressively. Treetop Freedom Fighters, sure. War Balloon, okay, we got him. Yes! I was trying to play around them having specifically Cunning Maneuver, Sacrifice, Cunning Maneuver, Double Strike. Because that's like a way to lose an unlosable game, is just like not keeping a chump blocker behind. And so I was like, okay, don't need to lose that way. Wow, we've rattled off 4 wins in a row. What a sweet deck we've got here. Holy heck. I'm very pleased that we have played it out like this. Though I still have yet to write down a single play that I'm going to make before making it. So I guess my training, trying to play better, has not necessarily paid off. Though I think I've played pretty well. But I think I need to take my time still and I could play even better. So it's always an improvement thing. Okay. So we do not have blue, but we're still going to keep this. On the draw. Yeah. If we draw a blue source, it's great. If we draw one of our green 2-drops, it's great. Definitely go for this. Look for blue source. It's not blue source. We don't want it. They're off to an aggressive start. We love a green 2-drop. Booyah. Right on schedule. That's huge. Okay. We can't block that. Avatar Enthusiast is a bit of a problem. Let's get our North Pole Patrol down. They're playing heavy white. Okay, they get their attack in. Let's do this first. We mill 1 lesson. We're going to Cycle of Renewal this turn. Sacrifice a forest to get Forest Island, I think. Oh, thank goodness they're not attacking. They are in an interesting spot. Okay, sack forest. We want to have at least 1 normal forest, I think. Or we could go island, and hope to draw a forest in the future. We don't have that many mono green cards left. Yeah, let's just go island, forest. No, island, maybe. Because Raucous Audience also taps for it. Boomy. Okay, so we could play Boomy. I think we're going to play this, though, first. No, Boomy's way better. Make a 7/7. Earthbend 3. Put the counters onto our Vigilance 1. And we can always untap a 3/3 creature with North Pole Patrol. Okay, that's not that surprising. It's a little bit scary, but we can manage. We are going to be Lost Dazing away this Avatar Enthusiast coming up. Kyoshi Warriors, okay. Honestly, if they attack us with the 7/7, we'll trade. Okay, so play land. We can Lost Days something. Probably that. And accumulate wisdom to draw 3 to refuel. Momo. That's an ally. Aang. Okay. They're getting rid of Boomy. That's not good for me. Okay. Let's do this. Wait patiently. See if they target Boomy. This is a key choice. Oh, they don't target Boomy. Okay. Tap 2. Untap. Cast Lost Days on the 8/7. They keep it second from top. Interesting. Okay. You get airbended. Pass to attackers. Draw 3. That's horrific. Draw 1 more. You're kidding me? Okay. 5 lands in a row, basically. That's a yikes. That is not good. Okay, do this. Okay. Decline. We'll get rid of a forest. Play forest. They're going to be able to hit me for 4 in the air, but I'm going to be able to get rid of their avatar enthusiasts with this. And then I'll be able to Barrels of Blasting Jelly the following turn. Okay. End turn. That was a series of 4 very, very, very bad draws. Okay, Glider Kids. Okay, their flyers will be an issue here. They leave that on top. That's a great draw. Okay. Keep trucking away with my land drops. Play this. Play this. Play this. Play this. I now have a blocker for some flyers. Okay, ditch. The mountain. I don't need... No, I need the mountain. I need to ditch the island because I could use that. Use Boomy to kill Aang. So my flyer can live. Okay. I'm not going to be sacking my lands because I'll just be looting them away. So I'll play the mountain. And then I'll start drawing, discarding. But I'm in a spot where I can almost start attacking, I think. Yeah, I will attack for my flyer. I'm just looking for Rand and Shaw. That's the ticket. End turn, and now I can use my North Pole Patrol as well. And I can loot again with my Geyser Leaper. Yep. Okay. Sure. Boom! Yes! Oh, what a sweet victory. I even wrote down some of my plays as part of my training mode, my training arc. Yes! Oh, what a sweet win! Okay, that was a close one. That was close. Oh, baby, it was close. You keep drawing the raucous audience and having it be amazing. I don't think we want to make changes here. I think Shared Roots would have been a card we played, but I think it's like we're not really ramping into 4-drops, and we kind of need the ability to get like very specific mana to cast some of our best 4-drops. Like to cast Sokka, we need certain things. To cast Aang, we need certain things. Let's get the trophy. From 1-2 to 7-2. Focus up. Okay. We will keep. Mulliganing is really bad. We're not going to play Seismic Sense turn 1. Because we can whiff then. We're playing North Pole Patrol on turn 3 no matter what, so we could try to find something to do on turn 4. Cleared our top of the deck a little bit. And we played the land first to reduce our chances of whiffing. Okay, North Pole Patrol hopefully can block Compassionate Healer, or at least dissuade the attack. The Warden, sure. So do we want to play Lost Days or Cycle of Renewal? We could potentially do both, but if we do Cycle of Renewal, the next turn we can play Boomy and get a huge board state. So let's do that. The Firebending's a little bit less scary in black-white. So they kill that. Yep. They get a Scry in. Compassionate Healer is kind of scary. They don't get any value out of it, though, because they keep it on top. I take 4. They don't activate the Vindictive Warden. Okay, so they have that. Okay. So we will ditch... We don't need multiple greens, so we'll ditch this. And we'll get Mountain Plains, so we can cast Ran and Shaw if we find it. Play Boomy. Give myself 3 counters and Earthbend 3. I will Earthbend onto this island. If they have another kill spell, I'm taking a hunk of damage. But then I'll have a 3/3 as in reserve as well. If they don't have a kill spell, I'm only taking 2, which is really good for me. Okay. So they have a 5-mana kill spell or something, or they want to use the mana. Them having Epic Downfall and already using it is maybe a good sign for me. Sold out, sure. I'm down to half my life total, but that means I have half my life total left. Okay, we've got a plan. We Lost Days, crack Clue, and then play Ran and Shaw. They're missing land drops, so they have all spells in hand, but getting 2 4/4s should be good enough here. Aang, okay. Well, that's a misclick by them. They just decided not to airbend my land and hit me for an extra 4. They do not keep it on top. Three, 4, 5, 6. That's a beautiful draw. Oh my gosh, we might have this. We're so close. If we were at 6, I'd feel a lot less safe right now. Playing 2 flyers makes a big difference. You know they have all spells in hand. Okay, that's scary. Master Piando, okay. So, if I attack with both of these, I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lands. So I can threaten lethal, so they have to chump block with Aang, right? There's 4. Dragons can get +2/+0. They're both going to firebend, so I'll get 4 mana. So they're both going to get buffed at least once. So dragons are going to get +2/+0, that's 6, 12. And then I can activate 2 more times. And each time I activate is 4 more damage. It's 4, 8, 10, 12. 4, 8 plus 4 more is... Every time I activate is 4 more. So I can activate 3 times. So that's 4, 8, 12. That's almost enough for lethal, but not quite. So I will wait 1 more turn. No. I think I had to attack there, put some pressure on them. Because otherwise they'll activate their land and then it's worse for me, I think. As it is, I lose to them having Yip Yip now. No, I don't. I think I would go to 1 if they don't have exactly Yip Yip planes. Because I could Yip Yip Master Piandao. So this is actually huge because it means my Sokka will survive as a blocker. And I get an extra chump blocker. And my Iroh gets buffed so it can block the healer. Sokka is definitely a free roll block on the Master Piandao here. Which means they might not even attack with it. Oh, it's just when it attacks. Right. It's not a damage trigger. Kyoshi, sure. Do I want to attack with the island? No. Yes. No. Yes. No, not really. Because I want to be able to play my Geyser Leaper here. Wow, they had Yip Yip, and they didn't use it. So Aang is down. I messed up. I should have played Geyser Leaper first so I could loot. So I could use this. I think that's an okay line. They're not going to want to attack with Piandao because that's going to mean they won't be able to play Kyoshi Warriors if they then activate their land to let him win the combat. Okay. Okay, so I have 4. How many times would I need to pump it? I need to pump it 5 times. So I would need 20 mana. I do not have 20 mana. We can force a jump block though. Okay. I think they're going to go Rock Ripper, kill my flyer. I can loot twice here. I think it's fair to say if they didn't have this land in play, it wouldn't be close at all. And I think I still got a huge advantage. Okay, so they do find the land they need. I can still eat their guy. Yep, I can't stop that. If I had accidentally double-clicked there, I would have cried. Okay, they're out of cards. Here we go. Do not need this anymore. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think I need this. I am going to kill the Aang, maybe? I could kill the Piandao. Because then Aang's going to have to chump block pretty much. Yeah, let's kill the Piandao. So if they buff up their whole team next turn, I win. Boom! The 1-2 to the 7-2. What a turnaround. Oh my gosh, what a sweet, sweet victory. Let's go. Oh my gosh. We actually won with 4-color Aang. Oh my gosh, that's glorious. What a win. Yes. Oh, I'm so satisfied. I'm so satisfied. That was awesome. Oh my gosh. Well, if you made it to the end of the video, I mean, this deck had it all. We had Ran and Shaw as our first pick. We got past Aang when we were already playing 3 colors. We got Sokka, Tenacious Tactician. We had double Accumulate Wisdom with how many lessons? Oh yeah, 9 lessons. Oh my gosh. What a brilliant deck. The Geyser Leaper was clutch there. Quenchia did some work. Overall, I think adding the Platypus Bears was good. Just a sweet, sweet deck. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag Avatar wins, because this is the Avatar win. The 4-color Aang coming in clutch and being a sweet part of a deck. Ran and Shaw was really fantastic too. But, I mean, how many times do you get to play Avatar? The mythic rare 4-color card just doesn't fit in your deck that often. So that was awesome. It was miraculous. It was fantastic. From 1-2 to 7-2, I couldn't be happier. That's going to do it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time.